2 against 1 odds. Not good. But maybe today is a good day to die. Death is an experience best shared. So... Ah! Welcome back, my warrior brothers, to World of Tanks with Suflito. In these clips, I will be giving highlights of how to be a good supporting tanker, supporting your team for most of the match, and taking opportunities when they present themselves. As you just saw, this player knocked down a building to allow his friendly tank destroyer to shoot at the enemy. Unfortunately, the RHM did not take advantage of the shot, and the other tank destroyer got away. One opportunity lost. Another will present itself, or another opportunity will be made. The Cromwell moves up to try and get a flanking shot on these 2 tanks in the middle of the city right there. Gets spotted by that tank destroyer. Decides to back down to try hide. No presentable shots yet. So he's waiting for a good shot. Unfortunately, he misses that one. There's that tank destroyer that got away earlier. Plants one right in his face. Takes another shot at him. He peers back up. Just keeps pounding him, and it looks like artillery may have gotten that one. It's one thing you want to do is always protect your artillery. They are good. They are useful. They're not always scrubs or scumbags. They have their place. And here he comes out with another tank destroyer. Hits him right in the rear. Comes up on this medium tank, plants a shot right in the back. He's using auto aim at the moment, as you just saw, auto aim is not always the best thing to use. It is a tool to be used in combat. It is no excuse to replace your skill in combat. Skill will always win. And brakes are always a good thing to use as well. If you notice, this is not the standard battle, so the cap zone is not in this area. So the Cromwell decides to move along, trying to get flanking shots or a different point of view to keep the enemy lit up. As he's rolling along, he's keeping his momentum up, his motion going. Tries to get through here, and... Hey, what the... Where'd that come from? Choosing not to use the repair kit, he waits, lets his crew repair the tracks instead. Tracks repaired. Move out! He moves along the city's edge, trying to keep as much distance between himself and the enemy heavies near the cap zone at bay. Comes up to the street, gives a good advantage points for him, but unfortunately that T-34 sees him and gets a shot off at him. Fortunately for the Cromwell, he doesn't get shredded, but that T-34 did take off a good chunk of health. The Cromwell decides to get the heck out of Dodge and go around the city to go back the way he came. Most of the enemy tanks have already been destroyed at this point, so he's just providing support and backup. So he's not needed in the primary fight, so he relocates himself, trying to find a good position to help assist someone else. It's also a good thing in being a medium tank, especially a fast medium tank. You can relocate yourself. With that enemy tank... Sorry about that. With that enemy tank being killed, the IS-3 runs around, gets out of his way, but the Cromwell is able to keep up. Now, that is the IS-3, I do believe, that shot and tracked the Cromwell earlier. Revenge is a dish best served cold. And this Cromwell is about to receive his revenge. Ah, there it is. The T-34 following the Cromwell all the way around. The Cromwell comes back around to receive his second helping of revenge. Pops around, hits the T-34 once. The T-34's turret rotating around, and... What? My revenge! On to the next clip. We see the same Cromwell in a different match, trying to support his heavies along the main ridge line into the city and into the hills, providing a view for a few other tanks. You've got the friendly T-37 down there, so he's doing the spotting. Cromwell plants one into the enemy T-37, but unfortunately the rounds are just too slow. He's not able to get them ahead of them. He's got to aim a little more ahead, but that shot goes wide. He retreats down the hill as he's being shot at. Dirt still flying in front of his face. He tries to relocate himself a little bit. Does he have a shot on the Tiger? No. Oh, but he's got a shot on the Hellcat. He'll take that instead. A shot's a shot. And the Hellcat is a lot more easier to pin, so probably a good decision on that part. Cromwell's sneaking back up and... Sorry about that. Cromwell's sneaking back and forth, trying to peek as many shots over the hill as he can. Hey, there's that enemy T-37 again. Tries to get a few shots at him, but his rounds are just too slow. Manages to get a good shot, and he tracks the T-37 right there. And rounds just fly into him. Popping back and forth, trying to get an eye, see if he can spot anyone else. He sees a E-25, so he plants a few into him. Later on in the match, that E-27 or E-25, excuse me, will be getting his revenge. Look at that! Such a small amount of health left. No! He wasn't able to kill the E-25. The E-25 gets away to live another day. Or at least for a few more minutes. Cromwell backs off. Comes down the hill. And changes his mind. Goes back up the hill. Good thing he wasn't driving a Tog. Sets himself up for another snipe ability there. He's got plenty of medium and light tanks over here to help with flanking shots. Friendly T-50 goes forward to spot for his medium friends. There's that Tiger he was shooting at earlier. Now, the Tiger is just outside of his draw distance, but he can tell that while the friendly medium tank there is still shooting in that general vicinity and other rounds are still going in that vicinity, the Tiger is probably still exposed. So he just takes a couple of wide shots, not sure if they hit or not, but it's always worth a try. Unless you're in a position to where you're really needing to stay hidden, it's best not to take the shot. But if you're behind a hill like that and you've got the time and you've got the room, feel free to take as many shots as you want. So there's an enemy Cromwell he plants a few rounds into. Cromwell can really feel those rounds coming at him and he backs off. With the T-50 going in his face, T-50's gone now. So you've got the Cromwell way over there, and looks like the heavies may have the city by now. Oh, there's the Cromwell again. That shot goes wide. Looks like that one bounced off the track. Ow, right in the face! Well, I think it's good time to retreat now. He gets another close call right there. Backs off down the hill. And I just fast forward for you guys. I'm pretty sure you didn't want to see all that driving. I mean, if you really want to see all that driving, you can play the game and drive around all you want. So here, the Cromwell is in a position. He's providing supportive fire on that enemy tank down below in the city, getting as many shots as he can. If you just noticed, there's that E-25. got a bounce shot into his side. The E-25 is throwing APCR, which, in my opinion, is a waste of gold or extremely large amount of credits, as the E-25 really did not need to be slinging gold because he could pin the Cromwell easily. But the E-25 did provide a distraction, and that other tank was free to take out the KV-13 as far as he did. And a flourish on his last kill with the power slide comes at the enemy tank destroyer, just planning round and around. Now, before, like I said, aim assist is a good tool. It's not a replacement for skill. And that point, using aim assist to keep your target locked on the enemy while you're focusing on driving. Again, a tool. And there's the enemy artillery. Takes a shot at it. Artillery returns fire, and the Cromwell gets a good shot on the run, and another good shot while on the run. That's the luck I just don't have. So at this point in time, you've got one Hellcat, one friendly artillery, and the Cromwell on the match. The Hellcat, technically, depending on how much health he's got, is more than a match for them. But at this point in time, the M44 tells the Cromwell just to cap. So with that tactic in place, we'll draw the Cromwell into the cap zone and pull the Hellcat either to the cap zone to try and stop the Cromwell, or go after the artillery, take the kill, and then get capped. So the Cromwell, choosing to go for the cap zone, plants himself behind cover. It's the cargo and net of the cap zone base. There's the Hellcat. The Cromwell waits for his best shot capable, takes a shot, and then runs, with the thought of trying to throw the round off just enough to not do enough damage. Fortunately enough, he had his speed up by that time. He was able to get behind and around the Hellcat. Ow! Hey, Artie, watch the shot! That nearly got me! So, hope you take some lessons from these runs. Kapla Souvlé!